Okay, Coach Mike McConathy, we're here after an exciting win on Saturday and looking forward to a big game Wednesday night in Prather Coliseum against Lamar. First, let's revisit the game Saturday at McNeese, the Demons 64-61 winners. What allowed your team to escape Burton Coliseum with that victory?
Well, I just think that we were very fortunate to get in a position where we could get an out-of-bounds play with 1.2 left to go, and then to be able to get a chance to take a shot and win the game. And we're very appreciative of that because we had played an excellent first half and went into our second half situation to where they went zone, and we just didn't attack very well, didn't shoot very well, something that we've seen a good bit this year. Going to have to improve on that. I think that the San Antonio game earlier in the week, we played okay the second half, didn't play okay the first half. And the week before, we were up 17 against UCA, and they throw a zone up, and the same thing happened to us. It did at McNeese, but we weren't able to overcome it and get a win. So it was big to get a win on the road, especially against one of your conference East Side rivals. And so we're just very excited about the opportunity coming in to play Lamar on Wednesday night here.
The zone defense, what are the things the Demons need to do to be more effective against the zone defense?
We need to make shots, and when you make shots, it makes a huge difference, and we're not making shots, and then it's getting into our head. We're not having great ball movement, and we're not getting enough inside touches against the zone to where we can go inside and outside, something that we will spend a lot of time on and continue to try to improve on and get better at it. And it's just sometimes that's a slow process.
Now, didn't McNeese play a zone in the first half?
They played some spots of zones, but we attacked it because we were attacking. In the second half, we got. I don't want to say we got complacent. We got tentative, and we didn't move the ball like we needed to. We had people not on the same page, and that created a problem for us. But hopefully, we'll continue to improve in that area.
With your team down 6 points with 4 minutes left on the road to a team that had a lot of momentum, it would have been certainly understandable if Northwestern didn't close the deal and come back and win. What made the difference in that 6-point comeback to a victory?
William Mosley had 6 straight points, 2 free throws. He had a dunk off of a rebound that he got and got to the other end in transition and beat everybody down the floor with the ball handler. I'm not sure who had the ball at that time on our end. But he just kind of stepped up, and we've got to have everybody step up to the level that he's playing.
Okay, let's talk about William Mosley for a second. Wednesday night, he's got an excellent chance to pass Shaquille O'Neal for 19th position on the NCAA blocks record list. And he just crossed 1,000 career rebounds. But another thing that's kind of outstanding to you right now is the job he's doing offensively.
Yeah, he's doing a great job offensively. Coach Lewitt described him as a reluctant offensive player. And we're seeing him emerge as someone that wants the ball and wants to be more effective offensively. And when he does that, it will help our perimeter people greatly.
All right, let's talk about Lamar. First-year coach Pat Knight, you can't say his name without saying son of Bob Knight, but a very fine basketball coach in his own right, has Lamar playing very well. What are some of the challenges that the Cardinals present Wednesday night?
They're very athletic. They do a great job offensively. They can score lots of points. James and Miles, awesome. Lamb's a great rebounder. Charlie Harper's a great athlete. They've just got some great pieces that will create some problems for us, and we've just got to come ready to defend first and then offensively take what they give us.
All right, you're at home twice this week. First time you've had 2 conference home games in the same week this year. After playing 2 on the road last week, what's the difference for your team?
Well, I would hope that it would be good to be at home and have the opportunity to have a Wednesday night crowd, really and truly the first crowd to where we should have a lot of student support, because Saturday, the UCA game, it was Martin Luther King weekend. The previous game was Texas State. We hadn't got back into school, so we're hopeful the students will come out and support us and give us that added boost of enthusiasm and drive to get it done.
Okay, we're here with head coach of the Lady Demons, Jennifer Graf. And Coach Graf, coming off a 10-point loss at first place McNeese State, hard-fought game by the Lady Demons. Just kind of go through that ball game and talk about how the Lady Demons fared there.
Well, first of all, I was really proud of our girls' effort going down to Lake Charles. Obviously, McNeese being the best team in the league right now, the only undefeated team at 4-0. They returned most of their players from last year. They started 3 seniors and 2 juniors, so they're a veteran ball club, very good, very quality team for sure. I thought our girls fought hard. You know, the glaring difference in the stat sheet, I guess if you will, is the offensive rebounds we gave up. You know, we gave them too many second chances at it. I thought we did a great job defensively, sticking with our game plan. The girls, you know, stopping their guard play is pretty difficult, and you know, I don't know that we stopped it, but we contained it some. So defensively, I thought our effort was there and did a good job. And we had our shot at it. You know, we got it to within 7, but I think in this coming out of halftime in the second half, we just didn't score enough to keep cutting into that lead earlier in the second half.
Did you make any kind of adjustments at halftime, because you did shut them down pretty much? I think they only made 6 or 7 field goals in the second half. And then kind of talk about the play of Trudy Armstead.
Well, I think, you know, our game plan was to kind of contain them a little bit in our 3/4 court pressure, and we tweaked that a little bit at halftime, you know, because they were getting it down the sideline on us, and we felt like we really needed to slow them up a little bit more, and so we tweaked that a little bit and kind of talked about some adjustments there. But then it came to play of Trudy and Jasmine. I thought they did the great job. You know, our guards have to do their job of keeping them in front, but I thought Trudy and Jasmine stepped up and was able to stop them in dribble penetration and really alter a lot of shots that those kids were trying to take. So I think defensively we just kind of got into it and stayed focused with it for 40 minutes. And, you know, and talking about post play, Trudy obviously was phenomenal in the game, and she's one that in 100% healthy, and you can tell that when she's playing. We have to slow the ball game down tremendously with our limited number of players, and obviously we want to make sure Trudy gets down the floor, and we're focusing on her. I mean, she can score it so well with her back to the basket and facing up, so it makes her difficult to guard. But she hit some pretty big shots for us on Saturday, and she's been playing well, especially since the break. She's really stepped her game up.
Now, that was the first of 3 road games in a row for you in the Lady Demons. Next up is Lamar, at Lamar on Wednesday night. Kind of go through what you expect from the Lady Cardinals.
Well, we'd much rather play in Prather, that's for sure. But going on the road, you know, Lamar is a different team. They're one just the opposite of McNeese, I guess, that they don't return 3 of their starters from last year. They have 2 key players. They're leading scorers from last year back on that team. And so completely different, you know, from McNeese. So we just got finished playing a team that really wants to set it up and run their offense. Lamar wants to get out and run a little bit, so it's going to be our job to make sure we slow them down. We don't want them to get a lot of points in transition, obviously, and so we need to slow them down, and we need to key in on their 2 top scorers for sure. They take by far the majority of the shots, and obviously are their 2 leading scorers. And so I think if defensively we kind of focus in on those 2 and see if we can contain them and keep them off the boards. We can't give teams second chances at it. But, you know, learn from our mistakes on Saturday and bring that in on Wednesday. And I think this week, I'm excited about our chances this week in both of our games. The girls are excited. They keep playing hard and they stay focused.
Will Mosley, Senior Center for the Demons. Let's talk first about the exciting win at McNeese on Saturday. You guys played very well to get a 14-point lead, then went through kind of a lull and came back at the end to regain the lead and win the game. What did you guys do well to get the lead?
Well, first of all, at the end of the game, we had to get some close game stops, man. We got some turnovers. We got a couple of steals in the end. You know, Richard, he had a great night. We knew that he played good in the late game and seemed like he didn't want to miss. But we got a couple of steals in the end of the game, which put us in a situation to make the last shot.
You had to come from 6 down with 4 minutes left to do that. And like you said, what gets overlooked is defense. What were you guys talking about? What were you guys thinking when you're 6 down on the road to a team that was playing really well in the second half?
Well, you know, it's tough to be down in crunch time and we away. You know, we just got to keep pulling for one another. As long as we pull for one another, we know that we can get ourselves back in the game. We know we'll pull it off.
All right, what does that win say about the Demons?
I say a lot. It say that we can, you know, go away, get a win, you know, bring it back home. We coming through in the clutch on defense and offense because we made some big free throws and shots too. So it say a lot for us.
All right, let's look ahead to Lamar on Wednesday night. I don't know how much opportunity you've had to preview them yet, but you played them for 3 years coming in, and they've got a new coach who comes from Texas Tech, who has a great reputation, and they've been very successful this year. What kind of game do you expect Wednesday night?
I expected it to be a high-scoring game, you know, because they like to shoot a lot. And, you know, for us to stay in there, we're going to be scoring the ball, and we got to bring our defense. We're going to have to come out ready and be ready to run the floor, because I know they like to run full court.
My understanding is they have some high-scoring guards. Is that correct?
Yes, they do. I think one is averaging like 17 points. It's going to be tough on all guards, you know, but I think we can pull it off. That's why we sub 5 in, 5 out.
All right, let's step back and talk about your personal achievements lately. Down at McNeese, you went over 1,000 career rebounds, becoming only the 3rd player in school history to do that. Talk about that achievement.
That's, you know, big. It's just another blessing, one of the many blessings that was stored upon me. You know, I didn't even notice it until the next day. A couple family members, you know, that keep up with Demon Sports, they was tuned in on the internet, and they told me, and I was like, that's big.
All right, speaking of big, you know, some of these guys you've been passing on the NCAA block shot career list, we might not be very familiar with, but the next one on the list, you're two blocks away from tying him, everybody knows, Shaquille O'Neal. Talk about having the opportunity to pass Shaquille O'Neal on the NCAA career blocks list.
That's a big accomplishment too, man. Shaquille O'Neal, like, who don't know Shaquille O'Neal? And to pass up one of his records in NCAA, I'm just looking forward to it. You know, I'm trying to go well past that, you know, try to at least get top 5, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to succeed.
All right, last question. You're over 50% shooting free throws lately, and you've made free throws in clutch situations at the end of games. Talk about your progress in that area.
Man, you know, free throws has been one of my big issues. I've been trying to work on it a lot. And for me to knock down free throws in clutch situations, we're going to need that, because I need to be in the game on defensive point, and I know they're going to foul me at the end. So to put them in, you know, that'll help out the team a lot.
We're with O.J. Evans, and the junior center is part of a Demon basketball team that's tied for 1st in the Southland Conference East Division after an exciting win at McNeese. And O.J., tell us what the team found within itself to come back from behind on the road to win that game.
I think in the second half, coming back, we had to find energy, like high energy. Like, that's a big part of our team, like from the bench to the players on the floor. Like,
all right, you and other guys are getting more opportunities as the rotation has quickened, and it's back to the wave substitutions where 5 are in, 5 are out. Talk about how that's changed the dynamics of the team lately.
I think with that, it's giving guys more confidence, and like that's what we really need, you know, to wear other teams down, you know.
You are a guy who comes in behind Will Mosley. Do you find yourself trying to do the things Will does, or do you continue to play your own style of play?
Those big shoes to fill. But, you know, I try to just come in, do my thing, like try to hustle. You know, one of my big things is running the floor hard. I just try to focus on that and try to rebound, try to get my hand on every ball.
What did the win Saturday do for this team?
I think it brought our confidence up to let us know, like, we can pull anything off, you know.
All right, let's look ahead to Wednesday night playing Lamar. What can we expect from Lamar?
You know, they're a well-coached team. They're gonna come out ready. You know, I think they're gonna have confidence. They're gonna come in thinking they can win it.
All right, playing at home twice this week, beginning Wednesday night with the Lamar Cardinals. Talk about how that affects you guys as Demon basketball players.
We come in feeling like, you know, this is our house, so we got to take the win. Like, we highly motivated.
All right, you were on the floor late in that dramatic win. Talk about the emotions and the intensity there at the end on Saturday.
The emotions were running very high, you know, like, since I've been here, we haven't made a buzzer beater shot, you know. It was real big.
All right, how good can this team be?
Very great. Southland Conference champs.